Hello everyone and welcome to Trappist. This is a resource management colony sim set in the Trappist solar system where we set out to build a colony and take advantage of the resources that are in this solar system. Let's start a new game. We're going to do normal. And this is our new home, Trappist. We can zoom in here. This is our ark. Alright, this is our ark. This is our floating base of operations. It has some cryopods on here, quite a few of them. We're moving into orbit around this planet. So these are cryopods. They contain frozen colonists that we will eventually defrost to help us run the colony. But once we defrost them, they will need supplies in order to survive. Oxygen, food, and other things. These are our two ships that we have to start with. We will be able to build more ships in the future. But the first thing we want to do is there are some buildings that were damaged in the trip here. These are ecology ruins. We want to recycle these. They'll give us 4 concrete, 4 steel beams, and 1 computer chip. So we'll recycle all of these. That'll give us some materials to start working with. If we click on the ship here, we can see what's in inventory. We have some oxygen. We have some helium. Steel beams. Steel is going to be very important in early game. Potatoes for food, water, concrete, colonists, which we are 0 because we haven't thawed any out yet. A couple of computer chips and some health drinks. Alright, the first thing that we want to do on the ark is build 2 habitats so that we have a place for our colonists once they thaw out to live. We can build on planets as well as on the ark here. So let's just put 2 habitats down. That way when we defrost the people, we will have somewhere for them to live. Now we can click on a cryopod here. And if we click play here, every 3 seconds a colonist will be awake from this cryopod. There are 24 frozen colonists in this pod. So let's defrost 4 of them. That's what it says we need in order to operate the ark. So I gotta unpause the game. I pause the game a lot in this just because I don't want to burn through unnecessary resources until we get a base of operations set up to supply our colony with the necessary items to survive. It says just saying that our existing supplies will last the ark for a little bit. The desert planet below looks like a safe spot. We should send a ship to orbit it. So we can scan this planet by left-clicking on the ship and right-clicking on the planet. And he'll go about scanning the planet. You can see it takes a little bit of time, but once he's done, he'll hopefully discover a landing spot where we can set up a colony. Alright, so he's just about done surveying it. He has discovered an unexplored location. We can read these reports, but we're going to skip them for now. It has water reserves, so let's go take a look. So if we click on the ship that's orbiting the planet, right-click on Unexplored, he will go land there. Let's go see what it looks like. Here is the surface of the planet. Looks like a great spot for our first settlement, so if we click on this home button, we can build. This has a small radius, which is going to be very important. Let's build it over here for now. So that radius will be where we can put supplies in. The ship does not have to be in this radius, so we're going to stick it up here. Let's take this ship back to space. We'll land it at the ark here. And we're going to want to take some concrete with us. We're going to take quite a bit. And we'll take some steel with us as well. So now this inventory here is what is on the Ark. This inventory down here is what's on our ship. So if we take our ship back to Haven, which is what they named our landing spot, we can build some stuff. Once it lands, we can transfer the concrete and the steel. So now that is located in the colony, not on the ship. We got some goals in the top left screen here. We're going to set up homes up next to the landing pad up here. So that's our first pioneer camp. If we click on it, we can see there's 0 of 8 colonists living in this building. They require these elements tier 1 to survive, so they'll require water and potatoes and oxygen in order to survive. This planet has sort of a supply of oxygen, so we don't have to worry about producing oxygen, but some planets will not have oxygen. So let's build a water pump and a potato farm. So it has to be within this circle here so that the drones can get to it and bring them to the storage. Let's put there, and let's put in 2 water pumps. So we're going to need some energy on the planet to operate these buildings. All we have to work with right now is windmills, so let's put down a windmill or 2. So that gives us, what does that give us? 8 energy to start with. So these have some explanations on it because they don't have people in them, so we're going to have to bring some people down to the planet. So let's go back to the Ark. And we're starting off super small here, just potatoes and water because they need that to survive. If they don't have that to survive, our colonists will die off. Back on the Ark, I've put 12 people on this ship right here. We're going to take a small bit of water and a small bit of potatoes, just so that they have something to get them through till they start producing on the planet, because otherwise they'll die off. So we got colonists, potatoes, and water. Let's take that back to Haven. I'll leave the Ark there, and this Ark's just going to rotate around the desert planet for now. We can move it later, but for now, that's good enough. So let's drop off the water and the potatoes. And I think we can only drop off 8 people. This only holds 8 people, so let's put down another one of this so that we can drop off the rest of the people. And there's no summary of what we're doing, so you kind of have to remember what you've placed down. But so I have 2 water and potatoes being produced. So now, if we click on the habitat, we'll see that when you hover over these, we need a total consumption of 0.8 per minute for them to survive. If we don't provide 0.8 per minute, they will die off. Same thing with the potatoes, 0.8 per minute. So we're producing 4 per minute here, I think. Every minute 4, and this is 2 per minute. So we're doing 4 potatoes and 4 water per minute, so plenty of supplies right now. So now we have water and potatoes. The first thing we want to do is work towards building supplies. Early game, it's mostly concrete and steel. We can't build steel right now, but we can do concrete. So let's see, factories. Concrete factory takes 4 sand every minute and 2 water. So we have already got the water, we just need some sand. Click on resources here, sand pit 2 per minute. So let's do 2 sand pits. So let's put these over here, I guess. Let's put them up here. 1 sand pit. 2 sand pits. So now we're just at our power where we have perfect amount of power, so we're going to have to put down another windmill if we put down anything else. But we are short on people. We're too short, so that's why there's an exclamation mark here. So, and we're going to do, let's see, we're also going to want to put down a concrete factory. So we're short 4 power and 6 people. Power is easy enough to handle. We can just throw down another windmill. And let's go defrost some more people. So let's click on this, send them back to space. And go back to the Ark and defrost some more people. Once we run out of the people, this is all the people we brought with us. So once our colony hits above 60 people, we can have natural population growth occur, but not until we get to that point. So it's something we have to focus on as well. So this cryopod has 8 people left. Let's go ahead and thaw out all those. And we'll probably start this one thawing out as well. Alright, so we can see if we hover over this, there's 0 colonists left on there. There's 380 left on the Ark. So the good news is we can recycle these and these give us some concrete and steel beams and water. So that'll be beneficial. Let's take some of our colonists. Make sure to leave 4 on the Ark because I believe that's what it needs to operate. Alright, so we got those people loaded up. Let's take them back to Haven. Put them to work. Now we have to watch, the more people we put in Haven, the higher the demand for water and potatoes gets. So we have to make sure we're always producing enough to make sure our population doesn't die. It's going to land there. We're going to need some more habitats because we can't put any more people in. So let's grab another habitat. That gets us enough. We have 6 extra people up here. You can see 24 people in the colony. 6 of them are unemployed, but we don't have any explanation points. So we are now producing concrete, which is great because we need that to build more habitats with. Next goal is to grow Haven to 60 population. We're currently at 24, so let's work on building some habitats for that. Let's check and make sure we have, so a total of 1.6 per minute for water. These each do 2, so, and the concrete factory is chewing through 2, so we need 3.6. We're making 4, so we're good there. Let's also grab some steel while we're here. Take another 20, I guess. Or 24 is fine. So let's go back down to the Haven. Deliver those people and the steel. And we're actually going to build some silicone as well so that we can switch to solar power. It looks like solar power uses silicone and we don't need steel for it. So steel is at a premium right now, so let's work on that. Silicone requires 4 sand, so let's put down another. Let's drop off this stuff first. So it requires, let's see, we're going to need, I hit the wrong button. That's fine, he can go there. Let's go back down here. So let's put down 2 more sand pits. And a silicone factory, which we're going to have to wait on concrete for. Put the silicone factory in here. Actually, it'll fit right there. We're short on power, so let's keep hitting the wrong button. Put down another windmill. So with the addition of all these people, we're now using 2.27 water per minute. Concrete is using 2 per minute, so that's 4.27. These are only cranking out 2 apiece, so we're going to have to put down another water pump. We're kind of doing the bare minimum right now just to get us to steel. Once we get to steel, we can start really expanding stuff. Alright, we got some silicone saved up and some concrete. Let's go ahead and put down some solar panels. This way we can, that's all I can put down, but I think I can now recycle this. This will give us our steel back, which we need. And we need enough for 60 people over here. That's our goal, 60 population on Haven. These hold 8 each, so we'll need 8 of them. See if we have enough to put down. So now we can hold up to 64 people. So let's go back up to the Ark, defrost some more people. There is 10 people left in here, so let's take all those. And we'll need about 26, so we'll need 16 from here. Alright, that's 26 people. This one is empty, so let's go ahead and recycle it for the materials. And let's take those down to the Haven. So that's great. We can put more advanced buildings now. Larger colonies demand more varied resources. They found an underground oil reservoir at the second desert planet, so it'll be useful for energy and plastics. Let's pause it, make sure we're not over consuming. So this, they'll use a total of 2 per minute now for water and 2 for potatoes, so that's good because we have 2 being used in the concrete for water and 2, so we actually have 2 extra water being produced, which is alright. Before we head off to the other site, let's go ahead and use some more of the silicone and put down the rest of the solar panels. Here we are here. So we should be able to recycle these now, get our steel back. And let's take some concrete with us. Let's take all of it. So we'll let this continue to produce concrete. This site is self-sufficient at this point. So let's say take a closer look at the geysers around the area. These things here, it looks like there's some resources here. It says left click to collect a specimen for research points. So there's a chemistry point, there's a chemistry point. And we can geology points, so I guess there's random points around the map here that we can collect that we'll need for research in the future here. Water, potatoes, and concrete on this ship. Let's take it over to the other site and see what's over there. Let's go to unexplored here. Looks similar to our other ones here. It looks like there's some giant fossils here. Let's build a home here. There, looks good. Let's put down a landing pad somewhere up here. And let's get him to land there so we can drop off some materials. It says we'll have to move water to the site if anyone is to live here. So this one does not have water. It has oxygen. It looks like we can grow wheat here. Looks like this is sand, and it looks like it has oil reservoirs here. So that's in the top screen here. Let's drop off all the potatoes, all the water, all the concrete. See what we can build here. We need a habitat for our people. Start that there. Let's see what they require. He require water and potatoes as well. So this one here looks like we can mine oil. That oil will be turned into refined oil, which gets turned into plastics. And plastics can, I believe, yeah, we can bottle oxygen so that we can use it at other planets, because this planet has oxygen, but the other planets do not. So let's bring over some more materials. Let's see what we're going to need to build. We're going to want a potato farm here. Just start seeing what we can put down. Potato farm, so let's go ahead and put that. Down there, and let's see, we'll need some oil jacks. I require 4 steel beams, which we don't have over here yet, so let's go find some steel. Before we start collecting steel from wherever we have it, if you click the map down here again, this is actually the whole solar system. Looks like there's planets here, planet with 2 moons or something here, another planet here, another planet there. There's presumably a sun, another planet over here, so there's lots of stuff to explore. But right now we're just over here working our way to gradual. We'll go hunt out a source of iron here in a minute to make steel, but let's take a ship down to Haven, see if we have any steel there. Take whatever concrete we have left. So we got quite a bit of steel there. Let's take all the concrete. Let's take some silicone for power. Go back to the arc, see what we got on the arc. So that should be enough to get us started. We have a whole bunch of goals here in the upper left screen. Build an oil jack, oil refinery. Algae farm on the arc. Algae farm is what is used to make health drinks, which is what habitats are going to start to require. Oxygen bottling plant and iron ore. So let's go to the graveyard and work at graveyard. That is what the new site is called. Take our ship down to... Alright, we're on the surface of the graveyard. Let's drop off our materials. Let's go ahead and build some solar power. We'll start with 2 for now. We know we're going to need another habitat, so let's build that. And then let's do the oil jacks down here. Let's start with 2. So then we'll need, let's see, oil valves will go into a oil refinery. Put that right next to it over here. And the oil refinery will go, so let's see, these make 2 crude oil every minute, so that's 4 crude oil a minute. These take 8 crude oil a minute, so this will only be operating half speed, so it'll produce 1 refined oil per minute, which is exactly what the plastics require. So let's go ahead and put that down. Whoa, it's huge. Let's put it over there. And then I believe we can make an oxygen bottling plant, which we need more concrete for, and we need people to operate all this stuff. So let's go defrost some people. Looks like we're building 1 more habitat. Let's go ahead and unload the people. Water's already maxed out. Concrete, steel, and so now everything's working. So this is the oxygen bottling plant. We'll just stick it in right here. Fresh air, as long as we have enough plastic coming in. So this will make plastic, it'll take it to here. And that'll make bottled oxygen, so that'll be good. We'll need that on the ark because our people on the ark are slowly going through their oxygen. Let's go ahead and build another one. So we need another 10 people down here. They are using water at 1.6 and potatoes at 1.6. Looks like we can click this fossil here. Huge animals were huge. We can find out more if we dig them up. So we'll set up a research lab next to them in the near future here. Not quite ready for that. Alright, that's all set up and operational. I brought down 4 extra people because I want to put down an extra oil jack here to take some crude oil up into space. Oh, was that a mosquito? I brought a few along, aren't they neat? Oh boy. Alright, so let's, we're just at our power limit, so let's put down another solar panel. Let's put down another crude oil. And we're going to set up a trade route really soon here so that we don't have to manually transport stuff around. Look at the arc real quick. Now the arc is, you can build on it. It requires 2 colonies, 4 energy, 8 steel beams. How many steel beams do we have? We're down to 37, so we're getting low, but let's go ahead and do it. I'll just set an algae farm up over in this corner. Yum. So this takes 2 water, 2 crude oil, and it gives us 2 health drinks. Health drinks are going to be required for colonies going forward, I believe. Now trade routes, you click on the ship, zoom out a little bit here until the symbol appears. So left click to create a trade route for the ship. So we're going to put a stop at Haven. At Haven, we're going to have them try to pick up water. And we're going to say we're going to pick up 20. And then we're going to go to Graveyard and try to drop off 10. So this basically says when it gets to Haven, it'll try to have 20 water on board. When it gets to Graveyard, it'll try to only have 10 water on board, so it'll try to drop off 10 if it can. If not, it'll just keep going. And then I guess we're gonna have to wait till this rotates through, and we can click on the arc here and try. So there, we got the arc, and we'll try to do 0 water on it. So it'll go 20, try to have 20 on board at Haven, only 10 on board at Graveyard, and 0 at the arc. And then it'll go back to the Haven. So let's go ahead and see if that is working. You can see it's moving around on its own. If we click on it, it's got 20 water on board. It's going down to Graveyard. It dropped off as much as it could, and it's taking back off. And it should go to the arc and drop off the rest of it if there's room on the arc, which there is. And it's going to go back to Haven and refill. So we just got to make sure we don't drain Haven out of water. Alright, so not a huge fan of how these trade routes work because it's hard to tell what's what, depending on where they are at in orbit. However, I've added oil to this Graveyard, so it tries to pick up, I guess it's actually, Graveyard is this one here. It tries to pick up 7 oil in Graveyard and drops off so that it has 0 oil on the arc. That way water and oil are now being delivered to the arc, and all we have to do is defrost some people and we'll have health drinks being made and automated. So, good stuff. We got our first trade route set up, we got 2 colonies set up. It's a good start for this episode. Next episode we'll start looking at other planets and try to get steel up and running. That's going to do it. Thanks for watching.